Okay, let's get into your reading, Aquarius. You didn't want to leave. I want to say that first because I think it matters. Because walking away wasn't the plan. It wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't the version of the story you were hoping for. But they made it impossible to stay. Not in a dramatic, one big moment way necessarily, but in the slow accumulating way where one day you looked at the situation and realized there was no version of staying that didn't cost you something you couldn't afford to keep losing. And so you walked away and it hurt and it probably still hurts. And your guides want to acknowledge that before anything else, because the walking away was hard and it was brave and it was the right thing, even when it didn't feel like it. And now the cards are showing me what comes next. And what comes next is the reason your guides brought you to this reading today. Because what's coming for you is not more of what you left. It's something completely different. Drop a comment right now and say, I claim this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, first oracle card. The walking away was not a failure. It was the bravest thing you've done. And your guides led with this because they know the story you've been telling yourself. Because when you walk away from something, even when you had no choice, even when staying was impossible, there's a part of you that wonders if you gave up, if you should have tried harder, if someone stronger would have found a way to make it work. And your guides are shutting that story down right now. You didn't give up. You reached the limit of what was healthy to give. And recognizing that limit and honoring it by walking away is not weakness. It's the specific kind of strength that most people spend years learning how to have. And you had it, and you used it. And your guides are asking you to let the story you tell about the walking away be the true one. Not the one where you failed, but the one where you chose yourself when it mattered most. Okay, second oracle card. What they couldn't give you is exactly what's coming toward you now. And this is the oracle card that made me sit with it for a moment, because there was something specific you needed from that situation that you weren't getting, something you asked for, hoped for, waited for, maybe for a long time, and it never came. And the not coming of it is part of what made staying impossible. And your guides are showing me that specific thing, the thing they couldn't give you, and pointing it directly at what's on its way to you. Because the universe doesn't just heal the wound, it sends the thing that was missing, the specific, actual version of what you needed and didn't receive. And it's coming in a form you can actually hold from a source that actually has it to give. Okay, third oracle card, the door closing behind you opens something you can't see yet, but your guides can. And your guides understand that from where you're standing, the new door isn't visible yet. Because when you've just walked away from something, when the wound is still fresh and the absence is still loud, you can't always see what the walking away made room for. And that's okay. Not seeing it yet doesn't mean it isn't there. Because your guides can see it, and what they're seeing is a door that opened the moment the other one closed. And doors that open in response to our bravest decisions tend to lead somewhere better than the place we couldn't stay in. And this door, the one your guides are showing me, leads somewhere so much better than where you were. Okay, fourth oracle card, the person or thing coming for you next has been waiting for you to be free. And this is the one that changed everything when it came through. Because there's something, a person, an opportunity, a version of your life that has been waiting specifically waiting, not available to you while you were in the situation you left, not because of bad timing, not because the universe was being slow, but because the situation you were in was occupying the space that this thing needed to come into. And now the space is clear. And what's been waiting can finally move. And it's moving right now toward the space you made by leaving. Okay, fifth oracle card. Your guides are not showing you comfort, they're showing you a real next chapter. And I want you to hear the difference in this one. Because your guides are not giving you a nice feeling to get through a hard time. They're showing you a real thing, a real next chapter, a real what comes after. And the difference between comfort and a real next chapter is that comfort fades and a real next chapter builds. It becomes something. It takes the walking away and turns it into the beginning of the best part of the story. And that's what's in these cards today. Not just reassurance that things will get better, the actual better, the specific, real, here's what's coming better. And your guides want you to receive it as the real thing it is and not dismiss it as comfort you needed. Okay, sixth oracle card. The walking away healed something in you, and the healed version of you is what attracts what's coming. And your guides added this oracle card because they want you to understand the mechanism. Because walking away doesn't just end something, it heals something. In the leaving, in the choosing yourself, in the decision to not keep accepting less than you deserved. Something in you healed, maybe just a little, maybe more than you realize. And the healed version of you, the one who knows their worth a little better now, who has clearer lines now, who has learned something about themselves from this, is not the same version that was in the situation you left. And the new version of you is what attracts what's coming, because what's coming was always meant for this version, the one the walking away made possible. The star, the ace of cups, the wheel of fortune, the lovers, the sun, the four of wands, the 10 of cups, the world. 8 cards, and every single one of them is about what comes next. Not one of them is about what you left. And that tells you everything. Because when your guides want to show you your past, they show you the past. And when every card in the spread is about the future, it means the future is where your energy is supposed to be. So let's start. The star. And the star is first, and it's perfect because it's the hope card. But not the hoping things get better hope. The specific, pointed, this is what's confirmed hope. And the star appears when what someone has been quietly hoping for is genuinely on its way. And you've been hoping through the situation you left, through the decision to walk away, through the hard days after, quietly, privately, you've been hoping that something real is still possible for you, that you didn't close the door on the good thing by leaving. And the star is your guide's answer. You didn't close the door on the good thing. The good thing is still coming. And the Ace of Cups, is the fresh emotional beginning that's on its way. And I want to say something about fresh beginnings after a hard ending. Because they're different from regular beginnings, there's a specific quality to something new that comes after something painful, a fullness to it, a relief underneath the joy. The specific feeling of someone who has been in the desert finally reaching water, and the Ace of Cups is that water, fresh and full and overflowing. And the person, the situation, the life that this cup represents is not a watered down version of what you left. It's the real thing, the full version, the version you were trying to find in the situation that couldn't give it to you. And it's here now, and the cup is full, and it's yours, and the wheel of fortune, and the wheel turning is the mechanism of everything. Because when you walked away, when you made that brave, hard, no choice but decision, you set the wheel in motion, and the wheel has been turning quietly behind the scenes in the spaces where you couldn't see it. And now it's landing, clicking into the new position, the one with the Ace of Cups and the Star and the Lovers and the Four of Wands in it. And the wheel turning isn't slow, it clicks, and the click is coming. And when the wheel lands, everything changes at once. And the lovers in this reading is both confirmation and promise. Confirmation that what you've been hoping for is real, and promise of where it's heading. Because the Lovers is the soul recognition card. This is the person knowing. And the Lovers being here is your guides showing you that what comes next in your love story has the soul recognition quality. Not another almost, not another situation where something fundamental is missing. The real Lovers level, this is actually the one quality, and walking away from what didn't have it is what made room for what does. And what does is coming. And the sun is the feeling of the next chapter from the inside. Because I've been talking about what's coming externally, the person, the situation, the next chapter. And the sun is about what it's going to feel like from the inside of it. And it's going to feel warm, genuinely, simply, uncomplicated warm. And I want you to understand what that means specifically, because you've been in something that had a quality of constant managing, of having to work to make things okay, of the good moments never being quite good enough to fully relax into. And the sun is the opposite of that. It's the ease, the warmth without the work, the goodness without the managing. And after what you've been through, the sun is going to feel like the most beautiful relief you've ever felt. And the Four of Wands is the milestone, the coming together, the building of something real. And in a reading about what comes next after walking away, the Four of Wands is significant because Four of Wands energy is celebratory. It's the kind of significant life moment that people around you notice that produces real visible change in your life. And coming after the Lovers and the Sun and the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands in this spread is pointing at something your next chapter builds toward. A real, witnessed, people can see it milestone. The kind that would have been impossible while you were still in the situation you left. And it's not far. And it's real. And the Ten of Cups is where all of this is ultimately heading. And the Ten of Cups is the complete life, not a fragment, not an improvement on what you left. The complete, full, nothing fundamental missing life. And the Ten of Cups showing up in a reading about what comes after walking away is the most beautiful possible answer to the question of whether you made the right choice. Because the Ten of Cups is not available in situations that require us to keep accepting less than we deserve. It's available on the other side of the brave decisions, the walked away from decisions, the I had no choice but to leave decisions. And the Ten of Cups being here is the universe saying, yes, you made the right choice. And this is what the right choice leads to. And the world And the World is the last card, and it's the most complete. Because the World is the cycle completing, the old story finishing, the new one beginning on entirely new ground. And the World being here is the universe drawing a line under everything that was. The situation that gave you no choice, the relationship or circumstance you walked away from, the chapter that had to end so this one could begin. The World is saying that chapter is done, it's complete, and the new chapter, the Star and the Ace of Cups and the Lovers and the Sun and the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups chapter is beginning on new ground, with no residue from what you left, just the new thing, just the next thing. Okay, tea leaf cards, 7 of them. First tea leaf card, the moment you walked away and what it did to the energy around you, because something happened when you left, not just in the situation, in you, in the energy you carry. And if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed it already, a quality that arrived after the walking away. Something lighter, not happy necessarily. Lighter, like something that was pressing on you, started to lift the moment the decision was made. And that lifting is real, and it's visible to people around you, even when you feel like you're still in the hard part. And the energy change that happened when you walked away is the first sign that what's coming was already beginning to arrive. Next tea leaf card, them realizing what they lost too late, but realizing it. And I want to say this gently because I think you need to hear it. The person or situation you walked away from is realizing what they lost, maybe already, maybe soon. And the realization is coming the way it always comes, through the absence of you, through the specific silence where you used to be. And I'm not showing you this so you go back. I'm showing you this so you understand that the walking away was as significant as it felt, that what you gave was real and is missed, and that the too late quality of the realization is the universe's confirmation that you were right to leave when you did, rather than waiting for the realization that never would have come in time. Next tea leaf card, something arriving in your life sooner than you expect, and your guides want to correct your timeline. Because if you're thinking the good thing is still far away, if you're settling in for a long wait before the next chapter begins, the cards are suggesting you adjust that estimate because the wheel is already turning, and the star is already burning, and the Ace of Cups is already beginning to fill. And something, a person, an opportunity, a moment that changes the direction of things is arriving sooner than you've let yourself hope for. And your guides want you open when it comes, not still looking backward, not still processing what you left. Open, forward facing, ready to receive what's coming at the pace it's actually coming. Next tea leaf card, the contrast between what you left and what's coming, and how clear the difference is going to be. And this tea leaf card is about contrast, because sometimes we don't fully understand what we were in until we're in something different. And the difference between what you left, the situation that gave you no choice, and what's coming is going to be clear, unmistakably clear. And the clarity isn't going to be loud or dramatic. It's going to be quiet. The specific quiet of something that just works. that doesn't require constant managing, that doesn't have a fundamental thing missing. And in that quiet working, you're going to understand something you couldn't have understood before you left. You understand now what it's supposed to feel like. Next tea leaf card, you allowing yourself to receive the good thing when it comes. And this tea leaf card is the most important one because after you've walked away from something hard, after you've been in something that gave you no choice, the instinct when something good arrives is often to not fully let it in, to hold it at arm's length, to wait for the catch, to wonder when it's going to go wrong. And your guides are asking you, when the good thing comes, let it in fully, without the arm's length, without the waiting for the catch, because the good thing that's coming is not the same as what you left, and it doesn't deserve to be received through the lens of what hurt you. It deserves to be received as exactly what it is, the thing that was always meant for you. Next tea leaf card, the version of you that emerges from this stronger and clearer than before. And there's a version of you emerging from this, not the same version that went in. Because going through something that gives you no choice and choosing yourself anyway changes you in the specific ways that hard things change people. When they come through them with their dignity intact, clearer about what you want, clearer about what you won't accept, clearer about who you are when the pressure is on. And that version, the emerged, clearer, stronger version, is the version that meets what's coming. And what's coming was always meant for that version. Because the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands and the Lover's recognition go to the person who earned the clarity to receive them properly. And you earned it. And the last tea leaf card, you looking back from the next chapter and understanding why it had to happen exactly this way. And your guides ended here because this is the image they most want you to hold. You, in the next chapter, in the Ace of Cups and the Sun and the 10 of Cups life, looking back at the walking away and understanding, not painfully, clearly, the specific understanding of why it had to happen, why the situation had to be impossible enough that you had no choice, why the timing had to be when it was, why the walking away had to hurt as much as it did, because that's what made the healing as complete as it became. And from the other side of what's coming, the walking away is going to make sense in a way it can't quite make sense from inside the hard part. And the you in the next chapter is going to be so grateful that the you right now chose to leave. Okay, final messages from your guides. 7 of them. Stop grieving the situation that gave you no choice. Your energy belongs to what's coming. And your guides put this first because this is the most practical instruction they have for you right now. Stop grieving the situation that gave you no choice. Not because the grief isn't real. It is real. Not because you're not allowed to feel it. You are allowed, but because the grief is costing you energy that belongs to what's coming, and what's coming needs you present, needs you forward facing, needs you available to receive it, rather than still processing what you left. And every day you spend grieving a situation that gave you no choice is a day less of being ready for what did. Next final card. Trust that you made the right call. The cards confirm it completely, and your guides want this doubt removed. Because the doubt is there. I can feel it in the reading. The wondering, the second guessing, the did I do the right thing that shows up in the quiet moments? And the answer is yes, completely. And not just yes in a vague, trust yourself way. Yes, confirmed by 8 tarot cards and 7 tea leaf cards and 6 oracle cards, all pointing at the same future. The star future, the 10 of cups future, the world completing future. And none of that future was available in the situation you left. And all of it is available now. And that's the card's most complete way of saying, yes, you made the right call. Next, final card. What's coming is not a consolation prize, it's the main event, and your guides want to correct a specific misunderstanding. Because after walking away from something, especially something that had good parts alongside the impossible parts, there can be a feeling that what comes next is the second choice. The consolation, the what you get instead. And your guides are saying, no, what's coming is not what you get instead. It's what you get because you walked away, because you chose yourself, because you made room. And the Ace of Cups and the Lovers and the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Cups are not consolation prizes. They are the main event. The thing that was always supposed to be yours. And it is yours now. Next final card. The next person or opportunity that comes, receive it without comparing it to what you left. And your guides have a very specific instruction for when what's coming arrives. Don't compare it to what you left. Not in the ways that make the old thing look better than it was. And not in the ways that make the new thing have to prove itself against old wounds. Receive it clean, on its own terms. As the entirely separate, entirely new, entirely its own thing that it is. Because the comparison is how we accidentally bring the old chapter into the new one. And the new chapter deserves to be entered clean, without the baggage of what gave you no choice, without the scars being used as measuring sticks, just open, clean, ready for the thing that's actually here now. Next final card.
Your worth didn't decrease when you walked away. It became more visible.
And this is for the part of you that has wondered if the walking away made you less appealing somehow, less of a catch, less worthy of the good thing. And your guides are saying the opposite happened. Your worth became more visible because the person who knows their limits, who recognizes when a situation is asking too much, who walks away when staying costs more than is healthy to keep paying, that person's worth is undeniable. And the next thing that comes into your life is going to see it immediately. The clarity of someone who chose themselves. The groundedness of someone who knows what they deserve. And those qualities are not less attractive for having been through something hard. They are more. Next final card. Save this and come back when what's coming finally arrives. Save this reading right now. Bookmark it. Share it today, because when you share something like this, what comes back is tenfold. And when what's coming finally arrives, when the Ace of Cups starts overflowing in your actual life, When the something arriving sooner than expected shows up, when you look at the new chapter and feel the sun quality of it, come back here and drop a comment. Tell me what came. Tell me how different it felt from what you left. Tell me if the contrast was as clear as the cards said it would be. Because someone watching this right now just walked away from something that gave them no choice, and they're sitting in the hard part, wondering if any good thing is still possible for them. And your comment, saying it came, is the thing that helps them hold on. Hold on. And the very last card, you had no choice but to walk away. And what's coming next is going to show you exactly why that was the most important decision you ever made. You had no choice but to walk away. And what's coming next is going to show you exactly why that was the most important decision you ever made. And your guides saved this for last because it's the whole reading in 2 sentences. Because every card, the star and the ace of cups and the wheel and the lovers and the sun and the 4 of wands and the 10 of cups and the world is pointing at the same thing, the other side of the walking away. And the other side is so much better than where you were. And the decision that felt like loss, the walking away, the no choice but, the it hurt to leave, is the decision your future self is going to point to as the one that changed everything. Not because it was easy, because it was right. And right decisions lead to right places. And the right place, the star and the 10 of cups and the sun place, is where you're heading. And you're heading there faster than the hard part is letting you see. Okay, to bring this home, someone gave you no choice but to walk away. But wait until you see what's coming for you next. And the cards showed us everything. Your guides told us the walking away was the bravest thing you've done, not a failure, the right choice. That what they couldn't give you is exactly what's coming toward you now. That the door closing behind you opens something your guides can see even if you can't yet. That what's coming has been waiting for you to be free. That your guides are not showing you comfort, they're showing you a real next chapter, and that the walking away healed something, and the healed version of you is what attracts what's coming. The star confirmed every quiet hope was always pointing at something real. The Ace of Cups showed the fresh, full emotional beginning on its way. The Wheel of Fortune showed the mechanism turning, the position clicking into place. The Lovers showed the soul recognition quality of what comes next. The Sun showed the warmth and ease of what the next chapter feels like from the inside. The 4 of Wands showed the real visible milestone it builds toward. The 10 of Cups showed the complete nothing, fundamental missing life. And the World completed the picture. Old chapter done, new one beginning on entirely new ground. And the tea leaf cards showed what the walking away did to the energy around you, them realizing what they lost too late, something arriving sooner than you expect. The contrast between what you left and what's coming being unmistakably clear, you allowing yourself to receive the good thing fully, the version of you emerging stronger and clearer, and you in the next chapter looking back and understanding exactly why it had to happen this way. Stop grieving the situation that gave you no choice. Your energy belongs to what's coming. Trust that you made the right call. The cards confirm it completely. What's coming is not a consolation prize, it's the main event. Receive what comes without comparing it to what you left. And know that your worth didn't decrease when you walked away, it became more visible. All of it confirming you had no choice but to walk away. And what's coming next is going to show you exactly why that was the most important decision you ever made. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I claim this. And I walked away and I made the right choice. And what's coming for me is the main event. Because every word of that is true. Save this, share it today, and come back and tell me when what's coming finally arrives. I want to know. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.